which questions did we want to see, go over, have questions about? Okay, I saw a lot of ones, so we'll do that one. That one can also be done in Desmos. I saw some twos. That one cannot be done in Desmos, so we'll do that. 3, you can use Desmos, but you really shouldn't need it, so we'll do that one. 4, I did see a lot of 4s, so we'll do that one, and then 5 can also be done in Desmos. So I'm going to put all of that into Desmos for number 1. We are evaluating, and it says f of 3, so 3 is going to go in for all your x's. So then your answer should have been 7, but remember you have to write it a specific way. F of 3 equals 7, or f of x equals 7, either or. If it had said f of x equals 3, that would have been y, then you would have to solve for x. Was number 2 a relation? No. You had repeating x's here. So that was not. So even though it has a lot of numbers, still look through all of them. You could have repeating numbers and things like that. For number 3, if you were to use Desmos, it would really just be for graphing purposes, but this one wants you to write the equation of a line, so you would still have to know how to read the graph. And since they tell you what the slope and the y-intercept is, you don't really need it. Just put those together. Y equals 4x minus 9. Four can be done in Desmos, and you could also do it by hand, so I'll show both. And I'm going to start by putting in this the equation y equals mx plus b. This will really help with a lot of your slope questions, and I'm going to add my sliders. Now, on this, because the line is shifted down, so this part you would need to know, the slope is not going to change, so whatever the slope is already is what it's going to be, which was negative 2/3. So I'm going to change my slope to be that. And my original was at 4. But I need it to shift down 3, which means my y-intercept is going to go down 3. So the automatic setting is this to start at 1. So if I take this and I subtract 3, I should end up at 1. So that should be my equation of this. And then I could compare it to the original. So if this is my original, this should be shifted down 3 units, and it is. So y equals negative 2/3 x plus 1 was the answer to that one. Questions on that one or questions so far? The last one can be done in Desmos. So that was 3x negative 3x plus 2. So you could use this to help you graph your line, either by x and y intercepts, but in this case your x-intercept is a decimal, so probably not that way. But use your y-intercept to find another point. So negative 1, 5, negative 1, positive 1, 1, and plot either of those points. Yes, that's what I meant. Positive 1, negative 1. I kept mixing up the signs. What was the y-intercept? But if you're using your slope points, fill up your graph, so keep going. So it looks something like that. Questions on that one? So we will start this before lunch, but then have you finish it after lunch. So many of you need to finish your tests. So if your phone is not already up, it needs to be up, and then when you come back, it needs to be up again, because you'll be starting your tests or finishing your tests. Those that completely finish, I'll pass those back. You can see if you want to retake or not. If you do, you can start working on that retake stuff. If you are finished with your tests and are missing Khan Academy, you'll be working on that. Those of you who need to do retake work besides the Unit 8 tests can be working on that. And then if none of that applies to you, you can either be working on the SOL A4C through F, A5A through C in your SOL packet, or grabbing one of the things from the back table. Some of them you need more than one person, but grab whatever you want. What questions do we have so far about what we're doing today? I will just, because the lunch bell is ringing, for those of you that need to take a test, I would use this time to study. That way when you come back, you'll start your test.